My name is Dave Staheli, and I own a manufacturing company, and we serve the agricultural industry. When I was a little boy, we lived on the edge of town in Enterprise, Utah, and it was a farming community, and I just loved watching people do farm work. And one year my dad had a job that he took just on his vacation time because he was the postmaster there, and it was doing custom work for other people on a tractor, and he let me come and ride with him. I was 8 years old, and I'm lucky I didn't get killed by falling off or something, but that really got in my blood then, and that just kind of set my life on that course. I've loved that ever since. It was in 1995 that I first developed the first steam technology for rehydrating hay for baling, and so it was that year that I started the Staheli West Corporation. I've been trying to figure out a way to rehydrate hay in a controlled way instead of just waiting for natural dew to come in at night, because it was always either too much, too little, none, or whatever. It just very seldom was just right. I always believe, and I've always believed, that God knows more than I do. And so I make things a matter of prayer and try to get some answers, try to figure things out. But I was praying that year, and it was while we had a lot of hay on the ground that was getting too dry. And I was just saying, what could I do to solve this problem? And I had a really interesting answer to that prayer come immediately to me, and that was, Dave, you've seen the girls at taco time take little tortillas that are cold out of the refrigerator and they're stiff, and they put them in a little steamer oven that they just push a button and it puts a puff of steam onto the tortilla, and it makes it soft instantly. But it's not wet. It's moist but not wet, but it's soft. So the next day I went out to the field, another really dry morning, and I got a cardboard box full of hay, and I took it in my wife's kitchen and got her little pressure cooker out and put some water in it and put a little rubber hose on the top so I could put the steam where I wanted. And got that going, and after I got the steam going, I put the little rubber hose down in the box in 5 or 6 places for a couple of seconds each, and reached in, and I thought, oh my gosh, this hay is like perfect. That was the day it really hit me that this is an idea that probably needs to be developed and probably needs to be taken to the industry, because there's nothing like this out there, and it really could solve this problem that everybody has. So, like with any idea you have, not every little answer is going to come to you automatically, and there were challenges, there were obstacles. First of all, I'm not an engineer. I have a high school education and a couple of years of college, but not in that field at all. So as far as any engineering knowledge, that was kind of an obstacle. By the end of that season of 1995, we had proven that concept pretty well. And that's from there really is when the real progress started to happen of designing better machines over a period of time through several different stages, and preparing to introduce those to the industry. And so over the last few years especially, we've really seen a lot of cooperative effort between us and other companies that work in this industry. And even this year, going down to the World Ag Expo in California, it was amazing how many people came by from other companies and said, we want to work with you on this, this, and this. We want to make sure that we don't get left behind with our baling equipment. We want to make sure you can use it, that things work well between us. And so it's been a lot of fun developing those kind of relationships in the industry. So one of the other areas that we're growing in is in the international market. We're currently in 7 countries: the United States, Mexico, Canada, Argentina, Australia, New Zealand. the little island below Australia. We're in all those countries. We have leads into a number of other countries. So there's a lot of momentum kind of starting to gather that there's other places that want the technology. So we see that as another one of our challenges, but I always figure that challenges are opportunities, right? When you have obstacles, you can either curl up and turn around, or you just say, okay, how do we overcome them? What's the step we need to take to overcome this? So that's kind of our attitude. We just look at these as opportunities to grow and develop further. We will never make a product that does not pay for itself. And our products always need to be like a niche, not a commodity that competes with other people. We like the niche world because it's where you bring new ideas to the table that don't really exist, and that they solve problems that people have been having for years. And so that's kind of our culture here, is to look for problems people are having that no one else has gotten solutions to. And we really like working in that space. It's really fun. The few things that I've learned is that your own observations are totally unique to you as one individual. Nobody else has the same set of experience that you do as an individual. That means that when you're trying to find answers to things, it's your own unique set of observations that will oftentimes end up being the answers, or they'll develop the answers that you're looking for. Second big pillar to me is inspiration, and I mean inspiration from God when I say that. And that is that, you know, God knows more than we do. He just does. And the thing that's really interesting to me is God is able to work with us as individuals based on the observations that we've had in a lot of cases. The third one is education. When I first started, I was not educated at all, and I'm not even now, but I've had to learn a ton of things. But the interesting thing to me about education is you can take your observations, you can take the inspiration you get. That's not enough. You've got to learn. And so if you want to solve problems, you need to learn not only what the problems are, but how to solve problems and how to analyze things. The other one is application of all of those principles, where you have the observation, the inspiration, the education, and then actually doing it and having the guts to just keep moving forward. Apply what you do, you know, what you've learned and seen. The last one is motivation, and to me that's one of the most important as well, and that is, why do you want to do what you say you want to do? Is it that you want to be rich? Is it that you want to bring something new to the world that will really help the people that you would serve? Is it that you want to have a better family dynamic by having more time with them? What is it? And so I think it's really important people analyze that. If this would have been about money for me, it never would have worked, because I don't care about money. I really don't. It's the funniest thing. And so my whole motivation has been raising the standard of the industry and making people's lives better, and it has. We've been able to do that every single time, and so that has been a real blessing, really. And so those are the 5 things that come out to me as being the real pillars that have driven me through all of this. And I love it. Like, I love Monday mornings. I really do. They're fun.